Hello guys, what's up? My name is Midway and welcome to this video where we are going to be looking at how to kill INGRA MALOCH on Tyrannical keys as a Holy Paladin in the patch 9.2 and in this case playing NECRO. So this boss of course is very notorious for being really hard if you have a pretty bad comp for very bursty damage, but fortunately if we are good enough we can time having two hammers up for whenever he's going into his weakness phase, if we want to call it so. And if that's the case, we can proc some very fat hammers, almost hitting like 100k hammers if they crit and if we have the right stats, of course, and the right gear. But regardless, yeah, we'll just get through it. Now, whenever there's nothing going on, you just don't want to be using much if you can, and as soon as the damage starts happening it's going to be really easy to just want to be popping those hammers and popping those wings. Usually I wouldn't advise to hold wings as a Necrolord Paladin because the more you keep using them, everything's just gonna feel better. If you're lucky enough and you're pretty much using Ladodon as efficiently as possible, you might just reach enough uptime to just have him up an entire fight, no problem. But here, for example, I timed everything pretty badly and I didn't even get enough procs of wings, and I just ended up having no wings for this burst phase, so I did no damage, unfortunately. Now, just the point of this video is just for that not to happen to you. Of course, it's going to be a matter of measuring how much damage your group has and how quickly the tree is dying and how hard is it going to be for you to heal through the damage or the ticking damage coming from INGRA MALOCH, and also a matter of when is the going to die. In an ideal world you would always have die as INGRA MALOCH is going into the weakness phase, and that way you would just have burst. But if that's not the case, you can play around with it. You can use it for a catch up in terms of healing. Is it going to depend the time in the key or not, whether you kill the during or right before the weakness phase or not? It could be the case, but we are at that point we're probably talking at the same keys that we're showcasing here, like 26, 27, like something like that. Like, I wouldn't say that would be the determining factor, of course, depending on how much damage you are going to have. But I would advise to always play this boss as safe as possible. As a Holy Paladin, it can be a bit tricky if you get kind of cocked in terms of space in melee. If you are forced to move away for too long, like you just have no way of going back into melee and you struggle to do so, and you fall behind in terms of healing, it's going to feel very bad to wipe that way. So luckily here we were able to push and I just had everything up, and I'm not even sure how I managed to do this. It just so happened to be the case, and more often than not that's going to be the case when you are playing Necrolord, because wings are more often than not going to be up, and otherwise you just might get 1 proc, 2 procs, 37 procs, who knows. Hammer though, that's something that you should try and look at the timings of the fight and like really check, okay, is it coming in like 30 seconds? Can I get an extra charge for this? Do I really need an extra charge here? The good thing is probably just using Devo as soon as the fight starts, because this fight is long as fuck, so you might just get a second use of Devo even, especially if this is like going to go through 3 phases. Using Devo whenever the first set of ticking damage starts will help being able to keep at least like 1 if not 2 charges of the hammer. And I would still pop wings no matter what, but it could be a little bit tight, especially if you're not using hammers. So if you don't get a couple procs, it will be pretty hard to just have wings for the first weakness phase. But it's probably for the better to just play it safe like that. I'm not sure, you can like really just juggle it around, but main thing is just don't fall short with healing, because that's just what it feels like. It feels terrible. It literally just feels terrible when it's like you just messed up and it's really just down to you not having been on point, that the boss just doesn't die. But yeah, that's the thing that you should be really trying to focus on, is just how much you can use, how much you can spare. And I would just advise to pop Devo as soon as the fight starts. That way you just either get a second Devo or make it safely to the first weakness phase. And that's really about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye bye, see you.